Hi, my name is Dan Wood. I'm an ALM consultant with Northwest Cadence. Today we'll be talking about Git integration with Xcode and Team Foundation Server 2013, which kind of seems like odd bedfellows maybe, but the new improvements to TFS 2013 have really crossed the lines, so now we have cross-platform ALM support. That's a pretty exciting improvement to the product. So let's go ahead and take a look at quickly and how that works. So here I am in Xcode with my MacBook Pro, and so in here we have the repositories we're looking at. I've created a repository called Project Git. We have a local location for that. It's also mapped to a remote repository that's hosted at the Team Foundation service. This would actually work for an on-premise location within your organization as well with TFS 2013. So we go ahead and take a look at how that's going to work. Now that Xcode is completely integrated with Git for this particular project, if I go ahead and bring up a controller file and take a look at that, so I'm not going to do anything really weird because Objective-C is not my friend, but I'm just going to go ahead and add a random comment is my want. And so as soon as we come in there and we've made our changes within that, and so now if I come into my file and my source control and I want to commit that change, we see that I've made changes to my view controller. There's also a couple other things that were modified, but here we see that see what the changes are. And I'm going to go ahead and specify that I'm going to commit that. So add comments, and then the other thing that we can do here within the comment block, and this is where the interface is a little bit more loose, but I also have a project in TFS that has a work item defined to go ahead and add code to the project. How we go ahead and we can associate that is just by putting in a pound sign and then specifying the number of the work item. So it's not completely seamless integration, but that's how we actually can manage that. So we can go ahead and we can commit those three files. So once we do that, we have them committed, but they're just committed to our local repository. So what we want to do at this point in time is push that out to the TFS service. So I can go ahead and bring up my source control again and then say I want to push it. It's going to load up my remotes. So we have our branch there, which is I want to go ahead and push it. And we've gone ahead and we push it up to the TFS service. Let's go ahead and open up a web browser and take a look at that. It can be any web browser too. You don't have to. You're not limited to using Internet Explorer. Just use Safari, Chrome, whatever it is that you would like to use. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm actually using the Team Foundation service, but the on-premise works as well. So here I'm just going to go to my home, into my project Git, and go ahead and look at my code. And we see within the code, I have my Hello Xcode project that I was working on. So 2 minutes ago, add comments. So we can go ahead and look on that one. And we see that we have task 1392. So we've associated the work item by passing in that pound number in our check-in comment, so that we've actually have associated with the work item within the project that's hosted with a Team Foundation server. So we get our work item tracking and we get our ALM support. We have the same kind of thing. I can come into my work, go board. I have customers need test project. I check in my initial project code. That was so actually that's kind of an in progress thing, and I'm doing it. So we can move that over to there. So you see, even with Xcode, our Apple or iOS developers can take full partnership into the development of our software and participate in the ALM environment hosted on Team Foundation server. So thanks for listening. Again, this was Git and Xcode from Northwest Cadence. Stay tuned for additional webcasts on the new improvements with TFS 2013.